Hello, I'm Will, and what I'd like to talk about in this video is body cameras, whether the ones that are attached to your body or shall we say the ones that come on a cable. There's various models out there at the moment. Now, I don't actually want to talk about a specific model. What I want to talk about is the, shall we say, the elements around it, because I get a lot of questions from clients, even from the staff when they're attending our courses on what do I think of body cameras. So let's have a look at body cameras. So body cameras, they're very common these days. You've seen a lot of, shall we say, security personnel carrying them, enforcement officers. You've even seen programs on TV where you've got all these, shall we say, enforcement officers carry them, and apart from the police. So they are, shall we say, more common than what we were about 5 to 10 years ago. But when I get asked by an organisation whether I'm carrying out an assessment or an audit or anything like that, they'll say to me, "Well, we're considering having body cameras." And I go, "Okay, why?" And I go into details why. Because the reason being is that I've had experience where organisations have had one serious incident, and it was serious, and what they immediately did was they gave all the staff body cameras. That was it. Everyone had a body camera. And what I pointed out was that that's okay. But the problem is that 6 months down the line, and I proved it, because they never had any incidents in them 6 months, and it was unfortunately a one-off situation, none of the staff carried the actual devices. They were actually in the control room. It was a waste of money. And I actually proved it to them. So I turn around and I say, well, let's get the facts. Okay, they'll say to me, "Well, we're getting a high degree of aggression." I go, "That's okay then, where's your facts? Where's your facts? Where's your record?" And I'm not negative, that's not me. If anyone's worked with me, they'll know I'm not like that. But what I'm trying to do is make sure that we take the right approach. It's like someone gets, shall we say, pushed, and immediately everyone's wearing, shall we say, stab-proof vests. Hang on a minute, we've got to gauge it at that right level. So I make sure the organisation proves to themselves that yes, this would be an advantage, because it's a cost, it's a lot of money. I then turn around to them and I say, right, okay then, we've done that. What type do we need? Do we need ones that go on our body? Do we need the ones that are, shall we say, on a cable? What kind of, shall we say, do we need? And there's so many different types out there. You can get them in small sizes and little compact, or you can get them in the larger size with a bigger hard drive and the screen to the front. There's so many out there. But I also say we need to make sure we get the right one that suits the role. You can get them obviously weatherproof. There's so many different types out there. It'd be too many to mention. So then I turn around and say, well, that's okay. So we've decided on this type of model, and we've spoken to the organisation, and we've seen what they supply on the actual procedures from their side. We've made sure that we're in line with, shall we say, the Information Commissioner's Office, the Security Industry Authority, if we're working with them. Do we have to have any accreditation like National Security Inspectorate? The Health and Safety, are they involved? What have we actually done? Because it's PPE, personal protection equipment. What have we actually done to make sure that we've got the good, strong foundations in there? So we've got it all sorted now. We know why we need it. We've got the right type of camera, we've got the right kind of paperwork, and we're all ready to go on that end. We then turn around and say, right, next stage is, right, okay, how are we going to store the hard drive information? How are we going to collate it? How are we going to secure it? How are we going to give it to third parties if they actually require it? Say, for instance, the police or any form of official organisation, say the court system, they need it for evidential purposes. Any insurance companies need the evidence. So we have a look around, right, how do we actually do this? How do we keep it secure and have that nice smooth transition with that actual paper chase and a sense of work to make sure that we tick all them boxes? Happy days, we've got that done. And notice we haven't even got anywhere where the staff are actually carrying it. Then we've got to look at it, right, what procedures are we going to write down that are clear and concise, that the staff that are going to use the camera system, i.e. the body camera, know how to use it effectively. And then the last stage is the most simplest of them all, is we train the staff. We sit down with them, do scenarios with them, we train them that they know exactly how to use the system. Everything from where they sign it out, to actually how they wear it, to actually how they actually, shall we say, collate that evidence after an incident, how they write the statements, everything. Everything from beginning to end, inclusive of if they actually have to speak to the police or, shall we say, give evidence in court. We need to make sure that that person whoever it may be, who is carrying that body camera is the right person to carry it. Because thinking over the whole process of what I've just spoken, we have to remember, everyone goes and says that cameras are great, body cameras are great, and I have not argued with anyone about it. But what they can also do sometimes is, shall we say, inflame a situation. They can actually, shall we say, encourage people to be more aggressive sometimes. And you might not know that, but if you've been in my position and my role and worked with me, you will see it yourself. Where sometimes that camera, wherever it's positioned on that person, isn't always necessary, shall we say, a camera that will diffuse the situation. Because that's why I talk about training of staff. Staff have to still concentrate on their conflict management, their diffusing skills to, shall we say, ensure their own personal safety. So if you're sat there and thinking to yourself now, we need body cameras, have a think about it. Why do we need it? Okay? The type we want to fit the role. Make sure we've got all the policy and procedures in place, all the legalities if you want to say it. How are we going to secure the evidence? How are we going to collate that evidence to make sure it's secure? And then how are we going to make sure the staff are fully aware of the procedures and how they are fully able to competently use that equipment in a situation? Body cameras are a brilliant piece of equipment if all the steps are met and actually used correctly. Thank you for watching. Stay safe whatever you're doing. Please continue to watch our videos. I've got loads more videos and ideas given to me. Bye for now.